All right, how's it going? PD Grizz here. Gonna do some fishing today. I am a big fisherman. I love fishing, surf fishing, bass fishing, any kind of fishing. I always enjoy fishing. So I am particularly fond of the Fisherman knives from Victorinox. I love the little fish inlay on them. I think they're really cool, even though I've never really used the Descaler tool. It's just not as practical as it seems, but I do appreciate that it exists. So right here we've got the Fisherman. This is one from the late 70s. Got the aluminum tweezers, got an inlaid fish. Later on they switched to a printed fish. Got the toothpick as usual. We've got the opening layer with the bottle opener screwdriver, the can opener with the 2D Phillips small flathead, the screwdrivers. Yeah, this is a screwdriver. No, these are scissors. We all know they're scissors. I know they're scissors, but I'm retarded. Anyway, these are good for cutting braided line. They're great for trimming the end of knots off and whatnot. When you got that little tag hanging on the end of the knot, perfect for that. Next, we've got the infamous Descaler / hook degorger / ruler. That's a great ruler for fishing if you're catching minnows, But other than that, I suppose you could use it to mark out on something and then keep doing 2 inches at a time to get up to the limit. If you forgot a proper measuring tool, it would be better than nothing. Certainly better than getting caught with an undersized fish, because it can be very easy to try to keep a fish that's a 1/4 inch under and get a quick large fine from your local friendly neighborhood game warden. But these actually do work well. I've used them a couple times just for the sake of trying them out. What happens is scales and gunk get in the pivot and stuff, and it's not fun to clean out. So it's not less than ideal and something dedicated for that. But it is nice to have in a pinch if you are going to not fillet a fish, if you want to cook a panfish whole or something like that and get the scales off. Another thing these are useful for, sometimes you'll see security screws that just have 2 holes in the top. And as an electrician, I used to see them on alarm panels and stuff like that. But you'll see them, in the public. You might see them in public restrooms, like on the paper towel dispenser or something like that. But they'll work in a pinch to do that. Most of those screws, there are different size ones, but these fit the standard size ones. So it is a useful tool. And, you can always find something to do with a chunk of metal, from stirring something to if you need to do some light prying longer. This is where you could sacrifice this instead of your blade if you really were stuck having to do it and you had nothing else to do it with. Better to break this off than break the blade off. Then we've got the pen blade. Ooh, pen blades. And then the main blade with the 4-line tang stamp, some gunk on it from the last time I used it, and the crossbow officer Swiss stamp. Very cool. On the back we've got a reamer, no hole of course, because the hole that made it into a sewing awl came in 1985. And then we've got the square Phillips with the can key tip. The next knife I want to show you is an interesting one. This is a Spanish clone, and you might be able to catch it a little bit. The logo is gone, but I believe it's a Spanish crown logo that you'll see it on knives branded like PLC, Itor. Various Spanish clones will have a white crown with a cross under it. But what's interesting about this clone is that it's fairly well made. Same type of bottle opener. And furthermore, the same type of can opener. So I think that's pretty cool. They just went full clone and just copied the can opener completely rather than using a lobster claw. The one thing you will notice, they could have dressed this spring up a little more. The Victorinox springs don't stick out like that. They're rounded off so that they match the liners. But then the descaling tool has all kinds of gunk on it, and it does not have a ruler, but it is very similar. The only thing is it opens from the opposite end, but that's the only difference. This is an exposed rivet, so maybe it's meant to mimic the 50s ones. Maybe they open from the opposite end. I don't know. I haven't had one myself yet. Has a beautiful clip point pen blade. I love the clip point blade. Get real bored of the spear point pen blades. And then the main blade, and this one is branded RJ Richter, stainless, Spain, nothing on the back. Very well made, nearly identical to the Victorinox one. Has the quarter round punch, very nice, love those punches. And it has the flat screwdriver with the file surface, and the file actually works very well. A nice little screwdriver, a little awkward up here, but it works just fine. But it has the file like the earlier Phillips. And then that brings me to the final entry in the trilogy I've got here, which is, ooh, yeah, I mixed that up. This is the Angler, Drunken Fisherman, whatever you want to call it. They're both fishermen. This just gets called the Angler to differentiate them. Some people call them the Drunker Fisherman. The only difference is it has a corkscrew. This one dates the same era. I'm not going to pull all the tools out again. It's got the little silver fishy here, stainless steel fishy there, the aluminum tweezers and whatnot. In great shape. Another fun tool. The inlay is my favorite part of these. I don't carry them too much, but I do like that they exist. And sometimes that's all it needs to be cool. So I'm going to go back to enjoying my beer. Y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video. PD Grizz out.